Hey, it's Rob here. Welcome to build video number 4 for the Cyclops robot drone. Today we are going to mill the aluminum parts. I just want to start off with looking at the top heatsink. Now this is the stock piece. It took me a long time to find these because they're the right size of fins and they're the right size of base. But as you can see, the problem with it is the size is actually not even quite big enough to fit the O3 air unit. So what that means during milling is there's a really good chance that this is going to break away and pieces of aluminum are going to go in every different direction and possibly break my end mill, which I really don't want to happen. Here is the cam file for the top heatsink. There's really nothing to this at all. It's just one step. As you can see, it's just a ramp. If you look at the ramp settings, the maximum step down size is only 3/4 of a millimeter. And I have the feed and speed set very low on this. The issue is when the end mill hits these ridges, it can do some bad things. It's no stress to a lot of stress. So I'm taking this really slow, and if you can see the milling time is on here. It's 9.5 minutes. The other issue with these parts is I need to use water. Now I don't have an actual coolant system hooked up on this. I've been doing all of the carbon fiber just dry with the vacuum cleaner. So what I've come up with for a workaround is I have these little bottles with water, and I just put enough on the part so that it just keeps the tip cool. Okay, so that is the top heatsink. We have the 1.588 millimeter thermal insert, and I do want to mention that I think on a previous video I said it might have been 1.575, my mistake. So this aluminum insert is made to fit right into this part. So we are thermally connecting the bottom of the O3 air unit to come out flush with the bottom of the bottom plate. So this takes up the gap in there, and exactly the same thing again. I just have my most ultimately common messages to myself, and then again with a ramp. Now in past millings of this, I did have a problem with the part popping up out of the stock. So I've increased the height of these tabs just a little bit. So I'm hoping that that will hold it down. You'll probably find as we get on in this channel that I'm learning what to do as I go. Okay, so that is it for that. And then the last one is the bottom aluminum. Now this is just an exact mirror image of the bottom plate. You got your arm mount holes, you've got the holes for the battery straps to go through, and then the DJI air unit actually mounts, the bolts go through this around the outside of the insert through the mounting holes on the plate itself, which we looked at this before, and then into the actual O3 air unit. And one minor word of caution when you're doing this, you're going to want to find M1.6 bolts that have a reasonable driver size, because some of the bolts that I got when I tried to get the stainless steel, they had a 0.7 millimeter driver, And if you put a little bit of thread lock in there, which you probably should if you don't want it to fall apart, it may come down in a future date that you can't get that bolt out because the driver head is so small. I did find other bolts that were regular, like M2, so lots of turning power. And just quickly run over it. So we're going to do the same thing here basically as we've done in the past, which is I'm going to drill 10 millimeters into the spoil board. The reason in this case is the water that I'm using is easy to get underneath of the part, and the double-sided tape doesn't hold out very well with water getting into it, and the part will let go. So the first thing I do is do these holes while there's still lots of adhesion left. And then, of course, while I'm doing these, I'm watering them, so water is starting to already go down under the part. And then when I'm done those holes, I pin them. So you've got the outside holes, a stop so that I can pin them. Then these are just a straight plunge at the 2 millimeter width. And then the inner holes, they just clear the aluminum and don't go into the spoil board. And then the last is the contour, the inner holes and the contour. So with that said, let's go ahead and fire up the beast. See what tool I need. Micro 100 2 millimeter. Better make sure this isn't going to bottom out. And that's pretty much right on the bottom. There's lots of room left. Work almost bottom left. X. Right there. Z. Y. There. That's good enough to call work home. So let's go into offsets, tool table. They're all zeroed already. Trace. Now we have to zero the home position. So let's go Y, X, Y, wrong way. Right there. Z, step 1. Shiny side up. down, down, and 0.1, 0.01. And that's it, it's grabbing right there. So there is your Z0. So the first thing you have to do, offset 1. Offsets. Back to 1. Program. Is there a stop in here? Right there, M0. Start it. Put this back to work 1. Check. Now I need these squirty tubes filled up. Liquid. Just move this out of the way for now. Move this out of the way. And height offset has been put back in, and we are good to start. This is my new catch tray. I used to have to put paper towels there, but now I don't have to. I can use more water to flush the shavings away too. It's starting. File, close, file, open, bottom aluminum. The height you won't have to change, you just have to change the 0. And work home is bottom left. So let's go ahead and bring this back. That's probably good right there. So there's your next work 0. Offsets, no. Trace, work 0. Program, everything is good. So start. Again, I need to do the height offset. So that is function this. Yeah. And then you can press start. This is going to be really close to the bottom. Well, I hope it stops soon. Oh, dang, that eats up the whole entire bit. Okay, these manual stops, don't just move it. I've had a bad experience with that. Always come over here and go remember position. And then after that you can move it. Y, continuous. Not Z, Y, continuous. just to there. This is garbage. Pins. Yeah, unfortunately I lost one of my pins, which really sucks, because I literally only had 4 of these. But I think 3 is fine. Hopefully it's going to be okay. Okay. Then you come back to restore position. And then you can press continue after that. So just start again. Yeah. Battery strap slot. I love the sounds this thing makes. Try not to go for more than 1 second without giving it another little blast. Because this water, when the stuff that's sitting on here is hot, it's definitely cooling it. That is it. I need some paper towels to try and get some of the shavings out of here. Now I just have to get these tabs sorted out. And there is the bottom plate. So I'm going to take this and give it a rinse. And I'll be right back. I'm getting so hot in this room. I believe that's it. Let's get some water loaded up. Okay. Let's load up the program for the top heatsink. File, close, file, open, top heatsink. And this is also the Micro 100. Work 0 is frontmost part of circle. Okay, so we don't have to set the Z again. That's awesome. What are you catching on? Y. Let's go ahead and put this into step. That looks right, it's right in the middle. Y, step. And that looks like it's right in the middle. Z, step. Yep. I think it's good. Trace, work 0, program files. There's your tool change, so start. Put work offset 1 back in. That's it. Now let's see if I get 3 for 3 here. Oh my God. It's pretty close to the bolt. You need to keep your finger on stop because this will almost certainly let go in the end. So I'm going to make a note to myself the next time I do this to put the home position off of the part so you can get a more centered circle. Done. The tabs are working. That's awesome. That's it. That's not what I need. You need this. Okay, so first, just give her a quick wipe here. Try to avoid the wood soaking too much. Okay, that is the aluminum parts. So we need to just touch these up. Some of these had tabs. So we are going to just okay, that is the end of the video. So we have there is the aluminum bottom plate. And I do have to figure out why these holes were bigger than I remembered them being. This still has a little sharp edge on it here. It's better. There is the aluminum insert. And the top heatsink. And I need to also make a note when I do the XY home on this, not to make it right on the edge of the stock, but actually to bring it off by about 2 millimeters, and that will center up the heatsink better, but it's still okay. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me on this. If you're getting anything out of these videos, why not give it a like? And next time, what are we doing next time? I do believe we can mount the DJI Air unit on the bottom plate, and there's really only one more thing to do on this, and that is to cut out the accessories parts. So that would be the camera mount parts and the GPS mount, and yeah, that's it. Then we can start putting it together. Okay guys, I hope you have a great time, you're doing well, and we'll see you on the next one.